Not all animals are suitable for keeping as pets, and raising them can have serious consequences. There's nothing like the bond between a pet and its owner, despite the fact that some animals have done terrible things to their owners. Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the animals that killed their own masters. Stay with us until the end of the video to learn about the evil side of the connection. 1. Travis the chimpanzee disfigured a woman. Travis the chimpanzee became renowned after his owner Sandra Herold appeared on television with him. In 2009, Herold enlisted the help of her friend Charla Nash to return the 200-pound monkey to his cage. Travis, on the other hand, attacked when he saw Nash. Travis was enraged by Herold's attempt to stop him with a knife, which enraged him even more. Travis ripped the door off one of the police cars after she dialed 911 and police came. Travis was shot by a cop, putting an end to the chimp's rampage. Nash was eventually compensated by Herold's heirs and underwent major reconstructive surgery. 2. Sandra L. Piosin and her wolf dogs. Sandra had raised a pack of 9 wolf dogs on her own and was devoted to them, claiming that they provided her with unconditional love. When she failed to show up for a meeting with her daughter, the relationship turned sour. Her estranged husband went looking for her, only to find her partially eaten body within the cage of her wolf dogs. She had bled to death after being clawed and bitten by her half-wolf, half-dog hybrid pets, which then dragged her to the enclosure. Sandra L. Piosin's beloved wolf dogs had eaten half of her before authorities discovered her. 3. Unnamed man and his bull terrier. It was cause for concern when an unknown Liverpool resident did not appear for a few days. Police went to check on him and discovered him dead when they entered his home. His bull terrier, Buster, was aroused to the point of becoming dangerous. The authorities initially assumed the dog was upset at his owner's death, but it was later discovered that he had been dining on his body for several days. Before the cops arrived, the bull terrier had managed to consume a portion of his deceased owner. 4. Woman and her hamster. Another weird event occurred when a woman was discovered dead inside her apartment, scavenged by her pet hamster. The woman was discovered dead in her house, her face covered in strange scars and wounds. The woman kept a free-range golden hamster, according to a thorough inquiry. Investigators discovered a horrible sight, the hamster's tunnel, hidden in an unassuming open drawer. Human skin, fat, and muscle tissue were used to construct its new home. 5. Marius and his pet hippo Humphrey. Keeping a hippopotamus as a pet appears to be a bad idea in general. They are massive, terrifying, and account for the majority of human deaths in Africa. So it was surprising when Marius Hels, a South African farmer in the Free State, maintained a hippo at his property for years, despite being warned multiple times, even referring to the animal as his son. His body was discovered floating in the river, completely chewed up by his pet hippo. A few years ago, Marius' pet hippo, whom he regarded to be his son, ate him up. 6. Child and family ferret. People are frequently enticed to keep ferrets as pets. While they admire their agility and cuteness, they are unaware that ferrets have razor-sharp piranha-like teeth and a craving for flesh. When Missouri family was startled awake by the sound of their child sobbing in the next room, they assumed he was hungry or that the diaper needed to be changed. They weren't expecting to find their injured kid, who had 7 of his fingers devoured by their pet ferret. The ferret was killed, and the child was transported to the hospital for treatment. Not only that, but a couple returned to their drawing room to discover their recently born baby being devoured alive by their 3 pet ferrets. 7. Southern pig-tailed macaque monkey. While attempting to train their pet monkey to climb trees and harvest fruit, a 72-year-old father and his son were both assaulted by the monkey. Although the son suffered a neck injury, it was the older father who died. The monkey had been taught to collect coconuts from palm trees at a place known as a monkey school. Monkey schools in Malaysia train a species known as the southern pig-tailed macaque to retrieve these fruits in order to help the local economy. The monkeys have been trained in this manner for at least a century, and each one is normally taught for 2 to 3 weeks at a school before being hired as a coconut picker. The training begins by encouraging the monkey to play with coconuts in order to pique his interest in them. The monkey is then taught movements and command words over the course of several stages. The killing monkey in question was older than the recommended age for these animals to begin training, which could explain why his instruction did not go well. When the son discovered his father in their coconut grove, he went to investigate and was also attacked by the monkey. The son was rescued after a neighbor heard the screams. For the father, though, it was too late. It's unclear whether the monkey mistook their heads for coconuts that needed to be harvested or if it was simply in a neck-biting mood. 8. Black bear. Teddy, a pet black bear, killed one of his owners in 2009. This was not a particularly cuddly murder, despite the animal's soft-sounding moniker. Kelly Ann and Michael Walls were residents of Pennsylvania, and Michael had previously had an exotic pet dealer's license. By the time his bear killed his wife, his license had expired. The Wallses had previously maintained a variety of animals in cages on their farm: a lion, a tiger, a jaguar, a leopard, some relatively small savanna cats known as servals, and the bear were among them. Despite the fact that Michael had gotten the animal permit, the accident occurred while Kelly Ann was cleaning the black bear cage one Sunday night. She put a shovelful of dog food to one side of the cage while cleaning the other to keep the bear engaged. While she was cleaning, the bear attacked her. Kelly Ann had been raising the bear since it was a youngster for 9 years. Bear cubs are not difficult to handle. Experts say that any ties that a bear may build with a cub are shattered when the bear reaches the age of 4 and exhibits violent outbursts of behavior. Despite several attempts, bears have never been successfully domesticated, especially in Russia. Even if they have lived with humans for a long time, they are still considered wild and unpredictable animals. 9. Camel. What would you offer your wife for her 60th birthday? Hypothetically, jewelry? Flowers? What about a kennel baby? Pam Weaver's husband gave her that as a birthday present in 2007. Weaver was an animal enthusiast who had previously reared goats, kangaroos, emus, and bunnies in Australia. It is not as unusual as it may appear to have a camel in Australia. Since they were transported there as pack animals in the 1800s, many wild camels have lived on the continent. In fact, as a unique invasive species, there are well over 1 million feral single-humped camels roaming the wilds of Australia. They cost millions of dollars in property damage each year and are a nuisance in general. Pam Weaver is believed to have been knocked to the ground by the pet camel, who then straddled her body and killed her. Pam had nearly reared the camel from birth, and it was only 10 months old when tragedy struck. According to reports, the camel has previously demonstrated odd behavior, such as riding Weaver's beloved goat. The bizarre activities were obviously sexual in origin, according to one expert, and the juvenile camel was seeking to engage in some form of mating behavior. The tabloids, of course, wasted no time in making inappropriate jokes, saying that the woman had been humped to death. 10. Crocodile. In January 2019, an Indonesian woman was injured after falling into an outdoor enclosure harboring Mary, an illegally maintained crocodile. DC20 was the woman's name, and she was the head of a Pearl Farm laboratory that made cosmetics. Because crocodiles are not recognized for their beauty, it was unclear what a crocodile was doing on the laboratory grounds. However, it appears that it was being treated as a pet. Tuo is thought to have fallen into the enclosure by accident, or that the crocodile was able to snare her by leaping far enough up the enclosure's 2.4-meter, 8-foot concrete wall. Crocodiles use their tails to propel themselves almost completely out of the water in which they are swimming. A jumping crocodile cruise is a famous tourist attraction in some areas that involves haunting crocodiles by dangling meat over the water and pushing them to jump to capture it. Merity had eaten one of her hands and the majority of her tummy by the time Tuo's body was discovered. The police, army, and conservation officials all stepped in to remove the hazardous and illegal reptile from the land. The 3-hour operation to evict Mary the crocodile took dozens of people to plan and execute. She was then loaded onto a flatbed truck and transported to a wildlife rehabilitation center. While in my opinion, it's better to not keep such animals as pets. What are your opinions? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to receive notification of our future videos. Thanks for watching.